Hello everybody and welcome back to the Sideline Sato YouTube channel, and today we're going to be looking at the preview for Liverpool's summer transfer window. I have what I think is the 5 players who I think Liverpool will go out and most likely sign this summer if they are to sign 5 players. Some of these players might shift as we go later on into the list, but this is just a general overview of the standing of the transfer window. So let's get into it. If you like the content, give it a thumbs up. Comment what you think of this potential transfer window, what you would rate it. Would you want this to happen? Subscribe for more Liverpool and more footy content and more transfer news in general. So let's get right into it. So immediately, the overview for what's going on here. Jorg Schmadtke is in as sporting director. It's early days. He's looking into different leagues, specifically the Bundesliga. I know the budget's around 150 to 200 million, but we don't know if it will go to 200 million or even 150. We're going to see how the market plays out. But based on the rumors I'm seeing, we're going for anywhere from 3 to 5 players, preferably 5. So here are the 5 players who I think Liverpool are most likely to sign this summer transfer window. First, Alexis Mac Allister. I've talked about Alexis Mac Allister on this channel quite a bit already. I think it is just about a done deal. Mac Allister is going on international duty with Argentina. His father's flying into Liverpool. The move is on. We can expect Mac Allister to join Liverpool in the coming days or weeks, and I think he's a good fit. 5'9" center mid, 24 years old, a good deal, probably 5 years. The fee for Alexis Mac Allister is around under 60 mil, so that's pretty exciting. I think that'd be a good deal for him. I think Mac Allister would be a welcome addition to many people, myself included. 2, Manu Kone. I think Manu Kone would be another amazing addition to Liverpool. He's a really good pressing midfielder. He contributes a lot to Borussia Mönchengladbach. He's a good height for a center mid, 6'1". He's 22 years old, about to be 23, I believe. He is the perfect profile for a player that Liverpool is looking at. A player that is pretty solid already, developing as well. A player who could bring a certain level to Liverpool's midfield that would be like a higher standard, I believe, than what Liverpool is working with now. Borussia Mönchengladbach is facing financial difficulties after a season of not qualifying for Europe and are going to have to offload some players. Manu Kone is one that could quite possibly leave to another club, possibly Liverpool, for a fee of around 30, 35 million. I would love this addition. I would love this signing. I think he would be great at Liverpool. Sign him up. Number 3, Khéphren Thuram. Khéphren Thuram is a player who I think Liverpool could really use. He's 6'3". He's a workhorse in the midfield. He can progress the ball. So could Manu Kone. He ultimately provides Liverpool a good amount of physicality in the midfield. Having that kind of ability to run and allow the system to work, basically, is something that Liverpool has been sorely missing for several seasons now, probably since Gino Wijnaldum left. Haven't had somebody who's been able to really kind of like come in and just press and win balls and just perform at a high level in midfield. Besides maybe Bajcetic this season, he's had some good kind of bursts, but he's also very young and he just picked up an injury. The interest is concrete. There are negotiations in talks for Khéphren Thuram. A fee is expected to be somewhere around 45 to 60 million pounds. That is a move that I could potentially see happening, but it might take some negotiating down, kind of maybe closer to Alexis Mac Allister's price. The thing about injuries in Khéphren Thuram is that he doesn't have any. He hasn't had any injuries so far in his career, and he's 22 going on 23. He's a player that Liverpool's midfield needs desperately. And hopefully, we sign him. 4, Mickey van de Ven. This Wolfsburg center back is young, he's tall, he's Dutch, and he's a good passer of the ball. Honestly, he seems like the perfect, almost ready-made Van Dijk replacement. He might be a couple years off the mark from being what Van Dijk was when he first joined Liverpool, but he is a player who, if we do go after soon, could be in a couple seasons playing alongside Konate for the long term at Liverpool. Fee is estimated to be around 30 million for Van de Ven. He is a player that Jorg Schmadtke has worked with before. Klopp could be interested in bringing him in. Mickey van de Ven is 6'4" and ultimately at 22 for a fee around 30 mil. This could be very exciting. Number 5, Benjamin Pavard. This 27-year-old World Cup winner is no stranger to most general football fans. I mean, he's scored in the World Cup final. He's been playing at Bayern for many seasons now, and he is generally a player that I feel personally, in my own experience, goes under the radar for me. I've seen Pavard play a million times, but I just kind of forget about Pavard until I'm watching him. It's a move that could really be interesting for Liverpool because Liverpool has a fullback situation that isn't in the best of states. Obviously, I think Trent is one of the best right backs in the world, if not the best. He's a great fullback, and having him there at right back is awesome. But when he doesn't have too many rotation players, it kind of sours things. Obviously, Calvin Ramsey is here. You have Connor Bradley as well, but they're both very young, and Milner's gone now too. You could play Joe Gomez there, but Joe Gomez, if Matip moves on, would by default go up in the pecking order of the center backs. At the end of the day, I don't necessarily think Joe Gomez as the primary right back cover is a smart move. So Benjamin Pavard provides the ability to play at right back. He could be, first choice backup right back. And then he could also play at right center back need be. And you could bring on someone like Gomez, or you could bring on someone like Connor Bradley. And you could kind of change the dynamic of the game. And at 27, him being experienced, him being a quality player, I don't know how much Liverpool would have to pay for Benjamin Pavard. So a fee for Pavard could be around 30 mil. His value is 35. So with a year left on his contract, you would assume that with the good transfer relationship that Liverpool and Bayern have fostered over the last couple odd seasons, that Pavard might be able to be bought for around 25, 30 million pounds maybe. And that could be a good deal, honestly. 27, about to be 28. You get him for his prime effectively for 3-4 seasons, and then later on, how will Calvin Ramsey and Connor Bradley develop? Who knows? So let's go on to some similar players. I'm just going to go through this quick. I'm going to have it up on the screen if you want to pause and view it. But Alexis McAllister, similar players. Ilkay Gundogan, Fede Valverde, two very similar players who I think would provide a lot to Liverpool, but if we get them in the form of Alexis McAllister, hypothetically they would remain similar in terms of form and play style at Liverpool. That kind of player would be very valuable. Yes to McAllister a million times. Manu Kone, Hicham Boudaoui, and Marco Verratti. So something key about Hicham Boudaoui. He plays at OGC Nice, and he's a teammate of Khephren Thuram. So this could be a kind of interesting mirroring of a system at Liverpool by signing Manu Kone and Thuram. It'd be very interesting to see how that unfolds. Khephren Thuram, similar players. Nicolo Barella, Gavi, Iwobi, Dewsbury Hall. Very versatile kind of player. Engine, obviously, puts in a shift. And seeing him compared to these kind of players, he's 6'3". He's good at kind of controlling the ball, it seems. And it would be a very interesting addition to the midfield. Mickey van de Ven, similar players. Tapsoba, Longley, Alaba, Skriniar, Romero. So, as you could see, a very progressive kind of center back, good at passing the ball, strong it seems, very interesting player comparisons. Pavard, similar players, Ake, Schlotterbeck, Toloi, Danilo, and Struijk. Comment below what you think about this transfer window, how you would feel if this was the hypothetical plan moving forward for Liverpool, what you think of the signings. Do you think it's too pricey? The total deals would accumulate to around 215 million of transfer spend. Would it be overpriced for these five? Or do you think it's just right? Comment below what you think. Subscribe for more footy content, more Liverpool transfer news updates, and like the video if you had a good time. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Sideline Sato. Peace.